Hey guys, it's Rebecca here, and I'm just doing a quick video because Spirit is here strongly with me today. Spirit is there strongly with you today, with all of you beautiful houses of light, workers of light. And Spirit has a, an issue today, and there's a fear running through society today about things that seem to be crumbling, crashing down around us, in our personal lives and as well as outside in the world. Viruses being told about, and people being afraid to leave their house and stocking up on things, and wondering what's going on, what's gonna be the next step here in our evolution. Maybe some people who are spiritual people of the light wondering why their light seems to be not simmering down, but maybe dulling down a little bit right now. Just a lot of questions out there. Where are we gonna be tomorrow? Where's our tomorrow gonna lead us to? Are we gonna have more virus? Are we gonna have to stay home from this? Is this even real? Is this media? Is this political? And then we have issues in our personal lives, which seem to be also like a rubber band has been expanded and has been released, and has been released a ball into some dominoes, and the dominoes are falling, and we're wondering why are my dominoes falling? What's happening here? I thought it was comfortable before, and things seem to be vanishing right before me, and things that maybe we thought were serving us, not necessarily the case. Maybe they weren't serving us as much as we had liked to believe. And as dominoes fall, as anything crashes down, even if it's for a higher benefit, sometimes it's harder to see the big picture when we're right in the middle of it, and dealing with all the chaos and loss and confusion of our personal lives, and also that of the collective life that is going on around us. And Spirit wants to talk about how, the spiritual world is really big into thoughts create. Thoughts create your reality. That's been a huge thing right now, is that your thoughts are what dominates and creates your reality. And a huge thing in the spiritual world is that we're becoming creators, and that is what we asked for. That is God's plan. That's the next step in our evolution, is to become the creators of our very own beautiful reality. But just as children have to learn basic steps, we have to learn basic steps as well. And we are going to crash down. Some of those dominoes are going to crash before we can learn how to really, truly master this evolutionary step of creation. That's Grant. Say hi. He hasn't been in a video in a while. I love when I'm with my sons. It makes my world light up a little brighter. It makes me shine a little brighter, even in the darkest of days. They really shine up my light. But back to this thought of, our thoughts creating our reality, and the fact that we are becoming creators like we wanted to. We asked God for this, and it is ultimately His plan. Anything that we ask of Him is ultimately a part of His plan. We are a part of the light, and He is as well. And so here's a thought for you. food for thought, maybe, um, is that not only thoughts create this magical reality that we're stepping into, but also feels. And what I mean by feels is it's not just that we think a thought like, I want $1 million and suddenly we're gonna step outside and find $1 million on the ground. That would be beautiful. But we have a feeling that that just ain't gonna happen. Right? We deep down have never seen this happen. So we really don't feel like it could. And when relationships crumble, things crumble, jobs, careers, things that weren't serving us start to fall apart. Um, Really, we have to think about it this way. Maybe we thought we needed that job for the money. We thought we needed that job for the security. Our logical brain, our logical left side of our brain is thought. That's what is the ultimate step into creating the matter, making things physical. But there's also a right side of our brain, which is feels, and that's the spirit. That's the creative side of our brain. That is the feeling, more feminine, emotional aspect of our brain. And a balanced being has both the left and the right side, both the thought and the feels. And so we can't just say, to become a creator, I'm just gonna think it into being, and boom, my thoughts create my reality. We're now realizing that our feels create our reality too. And as much as we might, like I said, think that we needed this job for security, and financial support, um, in our feels, we weren't happy in this job. We weren't waking up at 8 o'clock in the morning and getting done at 4 o'clock, and we weren't feeling like dealing with all maybe the people or the responsibilities or the any of the actions that had to do with it, whether we try to resist our feels or not. Our feels are really what's from spirit, and that's something that we honestly can't deny. And our thoughts can try to trick us. Our thoughts can use a lot of manipulation, a lot of trickery, that left side brain. But there is no tricking spirit. There is no tricking feelings. There is no tricking what we really feel deep down inside, which is source. And that's the feminine Sophia source that created us and creates first and then takes a step towards a thought after we feel, and that thought is what's going to create the physical matter. That's the builder, that's the male side of our brain. That's the thing that's going to actually make these atoms appear right in front of us. So we need to understand that feels is something that we can't help, um, even if we want to. If a relationship crumbles down, and afterwards we're kind of in a spot where it's a hard spot, we don't know necessarily, maybe our house was taken from us, our financial security in the process of losing this relationship. Maybe there's good thoughts about the person, you had some good times and you had some fun secure moments. There was no tricking your feels, and your feels said, nope, this is not the person for me. If you really think about it, there were times where this person was not making you feel like the person that you need to feel like. It was not making you feel that world that's beautiful that you really are insistently wanting to create. So, being a creator not only has to do with thoughts creating reality, but it also has to do with feels first, then thoughts, then maybe action, and then reality. So it's not something that we can really blame or shame ourselves for when we see things crumbling or crashing down around us. We ask to be creators. The Lord wants us to be a creator, and now it's time for us to get a grasp on what feels right for us and know what feels right for us. Because if it doesn't feel right for us, it's going to crash and crumble. And that's just a part of the process. It's a definite part of the process. We need to understand what feels right first. We do have feelings. We're spirit, we are humans with a logical, more computer side of our brain. Um, that is beautiful as well because it helps us to analyze things and compartmentalize things, and it gives us our intelligence as it may be. The intelligence that we have comes from our left side brain, but we also have to remember that we are spirit first and we come from our right side. Our right side is what is the creator being. So if we are choosing right now to be fully creators, which is what we want to do, then we are flipping from our right side brain first and our left side brain second, so that we can pull in our creations that feel good to us, that make us happy, that make us feel at peace, that make us feel warm, welcome, wanted, needed, everything, all of that. And then it's going to create out of the left side brain, the logical side, the compartmentalized side, the builder side. Then it's going to go there. But first, we need to understand that we are feeling beings. And in order to create, you must create out of feelings first. If you want to create something beautiful, everything that's not beautiful in your feelings is going to have to crumble down. That's real. That's where our real divinity stands. That's where our real light shines. It's from our feelings, not from our thoughts, our building center. Our building center, the left side, is going to say, hey, this is how you feel. You're a creator. You are feeling this way. I'm going to create out of your feeling. And if it's not serving you, it's going to have to crash down if you want to be a creator of something beautiful. So that's why light workers have a difficult time. Light workers have chosen, hey, I want to be a creator. I want to step into source. I want to create something beautiful. I want a life that fulfills my biggest dream, my biggest fantasy, my biggest reality. And that has to come from a personal inside feel first. And also that what another thing is, feels comes from the inside of you. You personally, nobody else. Not a single soul knows how you feel personally. And not a single soul knows exactly what you personally wish to create. Now, that left side brain, that thought brain, knows the thoughts of others, knows exactly what they feel and what they want. And let's face it, people make it apparent to us what they feel and what they want, right? They're telling us every day what they think we should feel and what they think they feel we should feel. That's not right. That's the outside source, the builder side of us, the thought process. That's the outside source. But when we think about when we feel our divinity, that is our very own personal divinity, our very own personal spark. And that's something that is why I say judgment is such a false construct, because feeling must come from inside. That is something that is your very own little capsule of truth, your very own little capsule of knowledge, what you like, what resonates with you, what makes you feel like you're loved. Are you understanding what I'm saying? So here, we have this virus going around, this coronavirus. I gotta bring it up because, God knows if I don't bring that up, it's like, I'm not bringing up anything about the outside world right now, because that seems to be what everybody's latching onto right now, for their own security almost. The fact that we have that, if you think about the fact that we want to be creators and everybody is starting to become these creators, that's awakening, that's That's enlightenment, is to become a creator. Now, what are we feeling? What have we been honestly feeling about outside reality, about our political system, about others around us, about the system, the corporate system, about most many things, about people in general? If we really step back and think, what have I really been feeling? Even if I don't want to admit it to anybody, what have I been feeling about the world around me today? And the truth is, the answer is, we've kind of been feeling like people are viruses. We've kind of been feeling like, hey, we're just viruses destroying this planet. We've been told that we're destroying this planet with our, you know, others judging others. Again, we're with our pollution and our nasty ways, our throwing garbage on the street, with our coal factories, our just everything that we do, our financial system. When we really think about it, and especially spiritual beings, how are you feeling about people these days? When you really want to step back and look at it, you've been kind of feeling like people are like viruses. They kind of come in and they kind of control, manipulate, dominate, cause sickness to others, and pretty much destroy. And we've been feeling like we're kind of destroyers. Where the outside world, the rest of the people, they're kind of like a virus eating up this planet, eating up this world. So this isn't forever, but this is a process of feeling into creation. It's a process of feeling and then thinking what we want into creation. And instead of focusing on, my biggest advice to anybody right now, in order to, my glasses slip. My biggest advice to anybody right now, in order to really step back and help as much as you can with this coronavirus, it wouldn't be to go around and spread fear, talk about it too much, or even to try to wear a mask, or to try to clean up, or try to help the hospitals, or try to volunteer. I mean, that's great stuff, but the most important thing, anybody, especially a divine light worker who is really starting to become that creator of that reality, the best thing that they can do is stop seeing people as a virus. Stop seeing your world as being eaten by a virus, as your world crumbling, as your world crashing, because people are looking like a virus to you. I know it's hard, because people, when you start to become enlightened, it's hard not to look at people and look at them and just shake your head in shame. What are you doing? Why are you feeling this way? Why are you judging this way? And you literally do feel like they literally seem like a virus to you. But that is just unawakened souls. And now it's becoming more and more of a thing that people are waking up. And the best thing that you can do is to focus on what is right in the world, not what is wrong. And instead of seeing the people as a virus, maybe focus on, look at how much people are helping each other out right now. And the helping is great, because that helps other people to see that other people can help other people. So this virus has to come about so that we stop looking at our fellow neighbors, our fellow human beings, our fellow divine beings, whether their light is turned on or not. We need to stop looking at them like a virus. We need to start leaning on each other, coming to each other. And so God is teaching us through this virus. And who is God? When you start to become a creator, you are. You are. You lighthouses, you are the creators. We have a huge, huge responsibility now. And our responsibility is one that we can start right now, and we can do it from within, without even taking a step out our door, without even taking a step off of this bed that I'm sitting in, without even moving an inch. We could start to see our fellow human beings as beautiful, lighthouses and helping each other out, supporting each other. Stop looking at the world like a virus. And you know what? I speak to myself strongly in this as well because, you know, the more enlightened one gets, the more you want to just shake your head at the others and say, "What are you doing? Why are you thinking this way? Why are you behaving this way?" But it's because they truly just purely don't understand yet. And just you guys all know the universe has to shake you to awake you. It's a shaking down so that we can become pure. Come pure, and our purity is what lies within. Each individual has its own pure source of light and its own creator source. Through its feels, it learns what it likes and what it doesn't like. And when things come crashing down, there's always a reason. There's always a reason, especially now that we're on this path of ascension, which is what the whole entire planet is on. So my biggest advice to you little lighthouses out there is to stop looking at the universe and the people. It's people. The biggest thing is to stop looking at its people like they're a virus, because that makes that virus spread like a wildfire. And just as any step in the alchemical process, wildfire must be spread in order to come to purity of source. So that's my big message for today. Spirit's just been saying, hey, this is a really important time for you to do this. It's a really important time for light beauties and lighthouses and light workers and light warriors and all individuals who are awakened and who understand this process. It's a very, very, very important step for us right now. Even if we don't even have a job, or we seem like we're bums on, not knowing what the next thing we're going to do is. We are more important than we even believe we are. And we need to understand that our feels and our thoughts are truly starting to create. And it's being known and it's being shown. And we are the ones who are awake. We are the ones who understand this. We are the ones who are gifted this big, huge gift of creation. Creation also comes with downfalls. It also comes with slips, because without those shadows, we will never realize our light. And the whole entire world is seeing this shadow, isn't it? It has to happen. It just has to happen. So, I don't think pointing fingers at anybody, any one political source or media or any of this, and any of these thoughts about what we think about this virus really is. I don't think it's really helping deep down to even know where it came from, know how it spread, know anything about it other than to know the fact that we create our reality through our feelings and through our thoughts. Feels first, thoughts second. We, the lighthouses, are the responsible ones for the cleanup, especially the lighthouses who are further along in this path. Don't shut off your downloads. Your downloads are so very important at this time. Just like this download that I received here. And stupid glasses. I need them adjusted. Just like this download that I'm receiving here about feels. And about not looking at people like they're a virus anymore. Because, hey, we've been doing that. We have been doing that. There's important information that you can pull forth from source 2. Each one of us can pull forth different unique things at different times, but it takes many of us to create that spark and light up a spark in 1,000, really. But there's so much information that we could pull from source, that we could all get the same information, but let's face it, that's a lot of information for one person. So we all must do it because that left brain can only handle so much information before it's overloaded. So it takes each one of us to, just say, hey, source, what you got for me today? And start to speak it. Really start to speak it. Even if you don't want to speak it, and you heard something like I did today, start to think like I think. Hey, I need to stop treating people like they're a virus. These little nudgings, they're all around us now, and hang in there, because this virus, as soon as this is recognized by many more light workers as the whole purpose as to what's going on. And lighthouses, come on, let's face it, when you're getting all this information and you're really feeling source and you're turned on, you're going to be all right. You're going to be protected from this virus. I mean, I'd even go a step farther as to say, even if it takes you away from this life, this dimension, and brings you to a different one, even if you get the virus, it's your calling. It's meant to be, and you'll be probably soaring off, flying high in the sky, in the stars with some others. So it's not that we're immune to it, but we understand that God has a plan, and for us, we're going home regardless. In the end, we're soaring up. We can only really go up. We can have slip downs that teach us things, but when it comes to knowing source on a certain level, that these slip ups, it's like watching a movie. Yeah, you could slip up and you're gonna cry a little bit and it's gonna be sad, but ultimately nothing can really, 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 really hurt you and take you down for good, because all we can do is rise up. We know that as lighthouses, right? So let's do that. Let's rise up and show this virus who's boss, huh? We're the creators. We came here on a mission, and now is the time for us to step into our warrior status. Know who we are. Receive those downloads and keep on running with them. You're beautiful. Mwah. Love you all. Okay, bye.